Hello, welcome to the WP.com channel. In this video we are gonna see SureCart plugin. This is an e-commerce plugin that can help you add products like digital products or services or courses to your website and sell them. The plugin it is quite new. It is have only months since it was released. Right now it also has some free options and some paid options. I am using it on my WordPress website to sell some services. This is an example just to show you in the beginning. So I have a service page, and in here I've created this plan that you can choose to have this installed and enable some add-ons. So you can select multiple choosing options and you can purchase this product. So this is the use case for this, and this is the plugin page. This is done. The plugin is built by Adam, and he is from WP Crafter website. He has experience with WordPress, and it has other plugins that he developed like Cartflow or Presto Player. So it is well established into this niche. Also it is receiving help from the Brainstorm Force, the ones behind Astra and others, so it's like Spectra, the block editor, yeah, things like that. So this plugin it has an excellent team behind it, and I really like it so far. So this is their website, SureCart, and in here you have also the free plugin in WordPress repository. You see in here you have some details about it. You see that mostly the reviews are positive. Right now this has about 3,000 active installs, so it has quite a few installs if you ask me. Okay, next, yeah, this is the page and more details about it with integration and everything. And this is their website, and you have like multiple options. If you go to the pricing tier, here you see like for the free options you have the subscriptions, so you can add monthly, daily, weekly subscriptions in your website. You have the installment payment. You have the options to build checkout forms or to create physical products. This is not possible right now, but it will be added in the future. You have basic email support. You can add up to 1,000 products. You have a file storage of 500 megabytes, so you can sell digital products with this plugin, and you can add them into their file storage to be protected. You have text calculation, and you have a fair use of 1K monthly calculations. So this is the plans, and then you have the paid ones. You have like 3 startup, business, and pro, and here you have more advanced options like free trials, upgrade pet, payment recovery, and you have the options to build advanced subscription, advanced checkout forms. You have Zapier integration and more file storage. You have webhooks, and you have cart abandonment. Even more you have for the business plan, and for the pro plan you have even more. In here the most notable thing in the pro plan is the fact that you will have an affiliate platform, so you will not need to install any affiliate plugin. As you can see in here, these features are not completely built because this is quite a new plugin. The commercial plans were just released about 2 weeks ago, and I grabbed the lifetime license for it because I like how it's moving, and I like the team behind it. The other thing is like this is not like a classic e-commerce WordPress plugin. Most of the things are done directly on their servers, so that's why your website, it will not be loaded a lot, and it will be lightweight because it will use their infrastructure to process everything and the payments. So we'll go into more details about the features that this plugin have and see what has behind. So in here, if we log in, let me log in to see the administration area. you will have the options in here with the plugins and the API tokens. So right now I have a couple of stores. So UP store is this one that it has the pro, the business subscription to it, and in here you have the plugin status to download the plugin and activate it to see if it's connected. The webhook, you have like the payment processors that you can enable in here. You have the live mode or test mode. Right now I'm using Stripe. You can also add PayPal if you want. So these are the two, and the others will come in the future. You have like Molly, Razorpay, and Paystack that will come into the foreseeing future. It's enough for most of the people, but if you need other payment processors, then this will not be the plugin for you. In here you have the email templates for the abandoned cash checkout, the store emails. For instance, if we go in for a new order, in here you will have some options that you can edit. You can preview the email and things like that. In here you have the preview. I didn't do any customizations, but in here you have the options, and you can modify it if you want in here. And for subscriptions also you have like about abandonments. You have the emails in here that you can customize. I didn't do any modifications to the default thing. For me it's enough what they have in the default email templates, but you have these options if you want to modify them. Also with free plan you have these options. Let's go and check the free plan, for instance, for email templates. You see in here you'll have the same things. You have the options to add team members, but this again it's for the ones that doesn't have the free option. Developers, in here you have some webhooks and API tokens that you have enabled. Export, in here you have the options to export the coupons, customers, and things like that. Again, the plugin is working with their website. This is like a cloud plugin that utilizing their infrastructure to speed up your website. In settings you have the branding things. For instance, you have the store name. In here you have the options to set up the currency, store URL, English, store language. If you want time zone, in here you have some cleanup. So right now this is their UI, and if we go into the dashboard we can check what we have in here. So after you install the plugin and you enable it, you have like this SureCart that it will appear in here, and you have the dashboard in here. We're gonna check and add the test products just to see how it's happening. So right now you see here like the dashboard, it has the options to create a product, add a buy and cart buttons, customize forms, things like that you can also access it in the left side in here. In here we have an overview with the revenue, with orders. This is like just for instance, a test that I've done with a live product to see that everything it's working correctly when set up the Stripe to be sure. And in here you are seeing also how it will look like. Okay, if you go down you have the orders. So in here you have the all paid, processing failed. So this is the order that I did for test. If you click it, you'll have more details about customer email, what he purchased and things like that, quantity. Yeah, so these are like the basic things. I don't need more. I don't think for selling basic things you have you need also more. So in here you have the invoice that you can download. For instance, let's open it and see how it looks. Yeah, so this is the invoice number that it can be set in the settings. We will see it be incremented one by one. And here you have the branding things like the URL and things like that. Okay, In here for the pro options you have the abandonment settings, but you will not have this in the free. This is like how much the plugin helped you recover and things like that. These are some reports. I'll not go into details right now. We'll go into a future video with more details. Okay, in here we have the products that you can add. We'll add a test product. For instance, in here I have set up some products. For instance, the cloud panel install, sorry. And in here, for instance, if we edit this is a product that has also an image. It has a fixed price. So in here you have the name. In here you have the options to add the products. And for instance, if you do the copy links, in here you have the more details like the add to cart button shortcode that you can use with any page builder or directly with Gutenberg. With Gutenberg, we'll see we have some blocks that we're gonna use for this. So yeah, we don't need to use these shortcodes. But for instance, let's say if you want to add like a button in your article, and when someone clicks this to be redirected to the form that you have, you can do that. And let's go and see what we have. So in here we should have the product that we set up, the checkout, and in here you see like you have the options to purchase the product with this link. Okay, I mean this is like basic things that can utilize. Okay, and here you have options to add another price for your product. For instance, you can add this one time, and here you put the price, you put a compared price. I mean, this is if you have a sale and things like that. You have also the options to allow customers to pay what they want, and here you put a minimum and maximum price. We're gonna not do that right now. This is just an overview. And here you have the installment that you can add. You see here like the price, repeat payment every 1 month, week, day, compare price, how many installs do you want. So for instance, if you have like a more expensive product, I don't know, maybe you're selling a course and it's worth $500, let's say. You want to help the customers to not pay the full amount since the beginning. You have like the options to split this into 3-4 payments. You can offer free trials if you want. This is also in the Pro. And yeah, things like that. This is for the installments and subscriptions. Here you have, in case you're having like a monthly subscription or yearly subscription or weekly, you can create a subscription with the plugin, and in here you have your price, how the repeat time it will be every month, week, day. Here you have a discount, and if you offering free trials, you can do that. You can let the customers or future customers to trial this thing like for one week, couple of days, depending on what you are selling. So yeah, these are the options to add the products right now. In here we have the integration part, so you can integrate this plugin with the LearnDash. If you're selling courses, you can use this plugin to sell courses through. Usually the course plugins integrate with WooCommerce or other selling plugins to actually sell the course. So in here you have like Lifter LMS, Body Boss group if you want to sell access to Body Boss, Tutor LMS for other course plugin, and you have like if you're selling membership, you have MemberPress, and you have also with Sure Members. So yeah, you have quite a few integrations. I mean, these are not all the integrations that this plugin comes with. If you check in here, for instance, you'll see that there are other integrations that can be done. These are just the ones that are directly done from the plugin, and they are having also a Sure Trigger plugin that will help you with some of the other integrations. But the plugin is not live now, but yeah, if you're a user, you can utilize it, and you have some free tires for it. I'll not go into details right now, but yeah, these are the integrations that are currently possible with these plugins. There are a few that comes directly. Others are starting to build integration into their own plugins to work with these e-commerce plugins. So in the future you can expect more to utilize SureCart for this. Okay, in here we have the options to add download. You see here SureCart Media Private. You can add digital products that it will be protected by this, and it can be downloaded by the customers. In here you have the summary, tax and shipping. You have the options to set up a tax if you want to collect the tax in function of what you have for the country you're in. If the product requires shipping, you have the options to set it here. You have options to add the product image. You have the options to limit per customer purchases, things like that. So these are the basic things. The interface is very clean and it looks nice. And you have like mostly the options that are needed for a startup. Okay, this is the products, and here are some pro features like upgrade groups for your products and order bumps. I'm not going into details so right now. This is more to present the free options. But if you purchase the advanced options, the premium ones, you have more options for coupons. So if you have a product, you may want to add coupons to increase your sales. You have the coupons options in here that we're gonna take a look. In here you have the name, like 10% discount, let's say. And here you have the promo code. I've just put it something for you to see how it's working. You have the options to select the amount, like you have like a percentage discount. You can put like 20% off if you want, or you have a fixed amount. You can put like $10, or I don't know how much you want. I'll let it like this for now. So here you have the discount duration, so you can activate the options to only use once or repeating for how many months. So I will let this only once. You have the redemption limit, like when this will expire. You have the maximum options, maximum times this coupon to be used. If you send here once, it doesn't have any point to set it in here, but you have like, if you set like forever, you may want to limit this in time, and let's say like 10 uses only for this coupon. The restriction of the coupon, you have the options to activate it for price in case you have a certain price in there, or you have a certain product. For instance, you can put it by product. This is for customer, in case you want to offer some customers some discounts. You can do that and help them to get a better offer. For price, for instance, I don't know, if you want to bundle more products, you have a discount when you buy for $100 or $200. You can offer a discount because there is buying more and things like that. Okay, let me put for a product. Okay, cancel. Product. I'll discard panel install. Add filter. It will be like this. And you have the options here. If all the conditions are true, when all the condition is true, if you have multiple options that you can add in here, if you want, you can add another restriction. I'll let this, and you can create the coupon. Yeah, and here you have the coupon details. If you go to coupons, it will be in here. Here you have the code. We'll check it and see if it's working. Here you have the usage and things like that. Okay, here is the subscription tab in case you have a subscription product that you have activated. In here you will see what are the active subscriptions and cancel subscriptions, more details about them. In here you have the customer tab that you can check, and here you'll see all the customers that you have. In here you have the cart option, and this is using Gutenberg to be added for. So for instance, you see here you have the options to edit these details. You can change the colors and things like that. You can change the text. You can add items and coupon, for instance, in here to activate a coupon. So yeah, cart subtitles and everything. So yeah, this is like how the cart will look like, and in here you can activate it, and in the right side you have the block settings. In here you can navigate, and you can see other thing. For instance, you have here the blocks for this cart. You have like the cart message that can be added, but this right now these are the blocks that can be used. So cart items, cart coupon, cart subtitle, cart bump line item in case you have the pro options to with the bump items, header, submit button, and yeah, things like that. And this is displaying on the cart page. Okay, in here you have the options to create the forms that you want to use. For instance, you see there I have a couple products, and for every product I created a form, like open and install form. Let's edit this thing. You have the checkout form that it is the default one, and in here you have the form with the product that I have the product that I've selected. So in here you will go and create a form, but for you just to see what this form has, you see here like you have the price selector, you have the products in here, payment, express payment, the payment option, you have the email, so the customer to put their email, you here have the summary, totals, and the submit button. Let's see, for instance, what we have in here. You can add other options in here if you want in this form. These are the SureCart blocks that you can use. You see here like buy button, add to cart button, order confirmation, things like that. You can do donations. For instance, if you take donation, you can add that. Order bumps, shipping address if you want. You can add checkboxes, radio selects, divider, email, password field if you're selling some subscriptions and you want the customer to input their own password. The price selector, the switch one, that is pro, that will add like a switch between like monthly and yearly planning if they are different. This can be created with this plugin. So you have quite a lot of these things in there. Let's go and see if to create one. I'll just put a test one to see how this thing is working. So in here, when you want to create one, you have like some predefined options that you can go from. So we have the default one that you have the simple one if you don't need the address and things like that. You only need the payment. Here we have one with section with products that is more spread across. Here you have other with two columns. In the left you have the product, in the right you have the contact information, payment methods, and things like that. Here we have one for donations. In here you have one for invoices. So if you have a customer portal, you can enable your customer to pay the invoices. They put the invoice name and the amount, and it will just be able to use that. Let's go and use this simple one. You select it. You see here you have some options. You can put your custom thank you page. Here you have the loading text. You have the options to change the text if your website is not in English. Submit order, purchasing payment, things like that. You can add a custom thank you page after the purchase is done if you want. If not, it will use the default one. You can change the template if it's already chosen. But let's go and choose this, and because in here you have also the custom thank you page that you can add. So yeah, right now this is the form, and in here you have the title, you have the options to add a product, for instance. I don't know, if you have subscriptions, you can add multiple products. For me, for instance, like Cloud Panel install, I've added the product. Another thing is like Cloud Panel backup. If you want to purchase also the options to enable backups for the Cloud Panel with the cloud provider. Other thing that you can buy in here is the SMTP relay if you want to have configured SMTP relay for your Cloud Panel. And WordPress install, that is also an add-on. And here we have the options to customer must purchase all options, so you can select, enable the checkout page. You have one, you can add it in here, and right now you can create it. Okay, I will let it like this. In here we have the options. If you want to add other things in here, let me see how I can unlock this. I don't know, let's see, price selector. After this, let's say insert after paragraph, and in here we can go and choose, let's say we want in here like a checkbox, I don't know, with some things in here. You can ask if you're satisfied, you're dissatisfied, and things like that. You can add them in here. You can set it is required, things like that. So it offers the possibility to customize this checkout form as you like. Let me publish this thing. Okay, so right now the form was published. We'll add it on a page just to see how this thing is done. So right now, if we go, let's go and create a new page. I'll put this page in here. Let's see. If we go into the block, you can add the form in here. You can change the sizes, for instance, if you want to make it smaller, let's say, I don't know, you don't want to be full width of this page, you want to be like 700 pixels, you do it like this, and this will take the form. And in here you have the options to add the checkout form. So you have in here the options to add the blocks for the pages. You have for post and where you want to insert it. For instance, checkout forms, you can choose from which checkout form. Buy button, you can add only the button. Add to cart button, it will only add the add to cart button. It will utilize the checkout then that you've created. Order confirmation, customer dashboard, these are for other customer customizations. Here, let's go and add the checkout form, and we'll go and select the form. And in here we can test one, we can choose this. And in here you will see that it will use the form that we've created. In here you can change the form tile if you want, and things like that. If you hit publish, it will publish this. Let's go and hit the preview to see how it will look like in the front end. Okay, so right now this is the page. Of course, in here you will put text and the services like I did for my services, and at the end you can put this form so the customers can choose. This is a simple one. In here you have the pay options. We're gonna go and see how this feels when I'm not logged in. So yeah, this is how we can add these forms there and customize them. For instance, this has also a member area that you can customize it also. So in here you see, for instance, that you have the members area, and in here you have the plans, downloads, payment method, order history. Yeah, this is the admin user, doesn't have anything. In here you can have the options to edit your account if you want. You can update and edit your account, you can change the password and things like that. This page can be also customized with this plugin. Let's see. Let me go to the dashboard. I don't need this anymore. And yeah, I didn't include this form into the container that I've created to see the width setting. So right now you see that this is not using the whole page, it's just using the 700 pixel that I've added to it. Let's go next. Yeah, as I told you, in here you have the pages, and this is the default checkout one. Here is the customer dashboard, and if you do an edit, you will be able to update this. So yeah, in here you have the layout options that you can change the text. In here you can change the order option, and this is how it will look like. In here you have the tabs and things like that. In here, if we check to see the blocks that is gonna use you'll have this tabs in there that you can move around, modify them, and things like that. You can also add new ones if you want, or maybe you're using other plugins for members and things like that. But yeah, in here you have the options. Let's see. So in here we have the blocks that you can use. You have, like you see here, like customer dashboard button, customer charges, shipping and tax address, downloads, and things like that. So you can customize this customer dashboard if you want. Yeah, I mean, this is also available in the free options. You can go into the free and check exactly how this is comporting. And in here, what else we have is the SureCart settings. This is the last thing, and basically in here you have, like we have seen in the SureCart dashboard, in the UI. Here you see, like, you have the store name, URL, time zone, currency, English, spam protection, how you want to handle that. Design and branding. In here you have some options to colors and logos and things like that. You see the brand color. This is going to use for the buttons. This is the logo that will be inserted in the communications and things like that. You put the address, the email. You have the options to choose from the light or the dark theme. Orders and the receipts. And this also you have the order number. You can add a prefix. See here you can choose to be sequential or random with numbers and letters. You have my memo features that you can add. Abandoned checkout. This is for the pro features. In here you have the options to enable this. You have the GDPR settings that you can enable. Notifications tab in here. Here is the sender name, and here is the reply to address. So this will not gonna use your email server to send emails. It's gonna use the SureCart. So basically everything is done into the SureCart cloud. So this is a good thing, and for others it's a bad thing because maybe they want to have the control over everything. But in this case, you're gonna use their infrastructure to do everything. And for instance, you don't need to worry that the email will not gonna reach, because it will gonna use their email server that it's validated, and it's a professional one that you can rely and be sure that email are received by customers. And here you have one notification to enable. So order confirmation email, refund emails. If you have refund, if you have subscriptions, you can activate emails from here. You can edit them in their portal if you want. In the other side where we seen that. Subscription recovery emails. Okay, customer emails. You have the option also to edit them here directly if you want. But I think it will prompt you to go to their website to do that. Store emails and yeah, things like that. Here you have the subscription tab. Let's see what is in here. This is for the subscription. You can set up the billing period, failed payments and things like that, the behavior. I didn't play a lot with the subscription. I don't have any subscriptions right now on this website. It will be in the coming months, but yeah, I will make a dedicated video for that. Customer portal in here, and in here, like this is the page that we seen with what customer sees. You have the options to disable, like allow subscription changes, allow subscription quantity changes, allow subscription cancellation if someone wants to cancel it, to be able to do that from there. You have the store details to add the terms of service and privacy policy in there, so the customers to easily access them and have all the details they need. Here you have the taxes, store tax settings. If you are collecting taxes, here we have the countries that you can activate it for, and this will be calculated automatically for you. You see, like in the free plan you have 1000, so you need 7000 products to reach the limit that they have. Processor, this is the payment processors that is in there. You see like Stripe and PayPal that is currently here right now. We have options to add also a manual payment, test payment module if you want to activate it. Data export, in here you can export the orders, customers, coupons, things like that, promotions, refunds, subscriptions. Here you have the connections. This should be the connection to their API. Yeah, in here, when you create an API in their portal, you add it in here to connect this with there, because this is using REST APIs to communicate to their portal. We're gonna see what is happening on a page where we have a product. And in here we have some advanced, like for the performance options. I didn't test it. You see here we have the options to activate some beta features, and here is to activate some JavaScript performance enhancements. You have also clear the account cache and the status, things like that. So this is the plugin. So yeah, next I want to discuss a little about what is added on this page. So yeah, the idea is like this plugin, it's lightweight than WooCommerce, and it doesn't load up your website, because basically all the things, it will be done to REST API and JavaScript with the platform of SureCart. So for instance, let's say if you want to add a form to every page of a website, this will not be good, because you will see here when we're gonna go into GTmetrix and we're gonna run the performance test there, you're gonna see some things. Let's go and open the GTmetrix for this. Let's put the URL in here, test your site. Let's wait for this to be tested. They'll explain you what is happening, and it's normal to have these things there, because again, to not load your website with a lot of things, they're using these requests to their portal, and to be able to do that, you need to have some scripts. So you see here, like for desktop, you have like a good performance node, but if you check down below, you see, for instance, this page took about 8 seconds to fully load. And if you go to the waterfall, you see in here that there are a lot of things that are loading it in there. You see like these SureCart scripts. There are a lot that are loaded. I don't know for what they're used, but yeah, this is like the downside of using this type of service. Like you don't want to load your website to a lot of things that are gonna be done in the back end. You'll need like to have a lot of scripts in the front end to communicate with their cloud solution. So in here you see like you have a lot of scripts. Also from Stripe you have a lot of scripts and things like that. So you don't need to be scared about this. The idea is like if you I don't know, we are selling subscription or things like that, this doesn't really matter. It will only matter if you want to add these forms in all of your pages. So don't do that. Just add a button to the membership page, because it will slow down your website if you add of these forms to every page. I just wanted to show you that this is the downside of using a cloud solution. For this to work, it needs a lot of the requests to be made and JavaScripts to be done toward their solution. You see here, like this page has about 8 megabytes with scripts, so it's fully loaded with scripts. And the scripts are needed for these forms to work and not do the job on your website. So let's say, for instance, we want to check, and even with this, you will have a good score for the desktop, because it's loading the script deferred, and it has a lot of performance things behind the hood. I didn't analyze them all, but otherwise you will not have like 98 for the desktop in here. For mobile, imagine that because you have a lot of scripts, usually you will get about 60 the note there. But yeah, this is only for the pages where you have this checkout form, and my checkout form has a few products in there. But for instance, if you check let me open this. If you check like another, let's say a post where I don't have anything added, you will not see this script. So these scripts are only loading on the pages you add these checkout forms. So don't be frightened. This is the idea. This plugin needs this to function. And imagine that it needs to have a lot of security elements in it, because in case someone captures the communication, it will not be good. That's why you need all of these scripts to be sure that everything is functioning properly, but it doesn't really cause a problem from my point of view. I guess I will need to see how this thing will work when you have like a physical product, but I guess this to be redirected to the checkout form, and in there you'll have all of these scripts. So for the product page, you'll only have a add to cart button. So you see here, like this is a blog post that I have. And in here you see like all of my website loaded in 0.9 seconds for everything for desktop. And in here, if you go and check the waterfall, you'll see that you don't have a lot of SureCart things. Sure, you have like some small scripts. For instance, this CSS that it's loading is from SureCart. It has 4 kilobytes. I guess it is also maybe other one that it's loading. Let's see, I don't know, this is for the cadence, for the thing that I'm using. Yeah, in here you have also this JavaScript that has only 7 kilobytes. And in here you see like the website, it has like about 300 kilobytes. So this is very, very light, and it doesn't load your website to it mostly anything besides these 2 scripts. So that's why this plugin it's light, because it will not load the other pages with a lot of unnecessary things, and it will do the processing on their servers. So this is the main thread of this. So basically this is built on the new technology. The new technology, it's using these communications to do the work. Basically, you have a front end and a back end, and the front end is just communicating with the back end, and the back end is doing everything. Basically, SureCart is just the back end for a front end, which is WordPress, and is helping you sell these products. So this is SureCart. This is how it's functioning. At the end, like a conclusion, yeah, this plugin, it looks good, and it for most I don't know, most people, the free options, it can be enough in the beginning to start selling your services or product or books or things like that in there. So I encourage you to give a try to this plugin and see the free options, how it helps you. And until now, I've tested it like, I don't know, the last month or so. I didn't see any major problems with it, and the support of this plugin, it's like is very responsive. I'm in their Facebook group, and there are a lot of communication and chatter with features, new things, problems that customer have. All of them are having their question answered, and the support looks good. Also, I have a lot of trust in the team that is behind of this, with Adam from WP Crafter, with Brainstorm Force from Astra team, and the other products that they have. So yeah, if you want to sell products or subscriptions, give this a try and see how the free options it helps you. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my videos channel in case you like it, and see you in the next video.